What's up, my friends, and thanks for tuning in today. California already has the highest state income taxes, the highest gas tax, and pretty much every other kind of tax and regulation you can think of. On today's video, I'm going to tell you about two brand new taxes that may just be the death of California. If you live here or you plan on coming here, this is definitely something that you need to know about. Let's go. What's up, guys? I'm Danny Batsalkin. I've been a real estate broker here in Southern California for over 15 years. I'm also a real estate and business coach, an entrepreneur, and a former attorney. And on this channel, I talk about real estate, business, and finance because my passion and my mission is to help you make great decisions in these areas of your life. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, where I post all kinds of cool business and personal stuff every single day. All right, everyone, if you've been hanging around on YouTube lately, you've probably seen all of the viral videos talking about everyone leaving California. I've even done one myself. This year, the pandemic has really made people evaluate where they live, and a lot of people have decided that California is no longer golden for them. If you like this topic, be sure to hit the like button on this video. It helps promote it to more people, and I really appreciate your support of the channel. Anyhow, today we're talking taxes, one of my favorite topics. No, I'm just kidding, it really isn't. But if you live in California or you're considering coming here, you'd be crazy not to watch this video because I'm going to tell you about two new taxes that will likely cause the mass exodus out of California to escalate even further. Let's dive right in. First of all, it's really nonsensical to me that a state would not care at all that people and businesses are leaving, and that they would also not do anything to attract new businesses coming in. I've heard some politicians in California say that they want to make the state more business friendly, but their actions speak louder than words. And now, on top of all of those already high taxes and regulations, California has proposed two brand new taxes. Quick caveat, you guys, I am not a CPA, although I'm kind of dressed like one today. I have a really good CPA, but I am not one, and I'm not an expert in taxes. So the purpose of this video is to give you some good information, hopefully entertain you a little bit, but I do advise that you consult with a great tax professional about your specific situation. If you want a referral, let me know and I'll give you one. All right, legal disclaimer out of the way. Be sure to also stay until the end of this video because I am going to share how these two bills will directly affect you, even if you think they won't. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. Okay, the first tax, you guys, is a proposed increase to the already astronomical 13.3% state income tax on the highest income earners in California. As some of you have pointed out in the comments to some of my other videos, there are tax brackets based upon your income. The 13.3% is the highest tax bracket. Your tax could be lower. Again, consult with your CPA. Anyhow, AB 1253 would increase that highest tax bracket to a whopping 16.8%, and worse yet, if passed, it would do so retroactively to January 1st, 2020. Let me give you some more specifics, and then let's take a look at an example so you can see how this actually comes into play. So the bill raises the tax rate on income over $1 million from 13.3% to 14.3%. It raises the tax on income over $2 million to 16.3%, and income over $5 million would be taxed at that 16.8% level. And keep in mind that these are non-deductible state income taxes above a certain cap that are on top of federal taxes. Okay, guys, quick timeout. I know what you're thinking. Danny, I don't earn that much in taxable income. This will not affect me. I don't care. Trust me, guys, you should care. I'm going to tell you why. Just stick with me here. Let's take a look at that quick example that I promised you. Under the new plan, let's say you are an extremely successful person and you earn $10 million in a year. Under this proposal, you would pay an additional $275,000 just in California income taxes for a grand total of $1,579,662.68, or an effective tax rate of 15.8% just to the state. Maybe this is why so many people are moving to Texas, Florida, and the other 0 state income tax states. Additionally, you guys, if, for example, Biden wins and repeals the Trump tax cuts, which he's promised to do, that would mean that he would raise the top federal tax bracket back to 39.6%, and he would add in a 12.4% payroll tax that's split between the employee and the employer, which would mean that if you're a high-income earner and you live in California, your combined federal and state income tax bracket would be as high as 62.6%. Perhaps this is why, you guys, 50 Cent recently went on social media to support Donald Trump, proclaiming that he doesn't want to be 20 Cent under the Biden plan. All right, so do you have a headache from all this tax talk yet? I don't know about you guys, but I like low taxes. And if you like low taxes, hit the like button so that YouTube shows this video to more people who also like low taxes. In all seriousness though, you guys, it really does help support the channel and I really appreciate it. Let's take a look at the second tax proposal in California. This one is a real doozy. Several California legislators have proposed a 0.4% wealth tax on high net worth individuals who reside in California. Just to be clear, this is not a tax on income, but a tax on total wealth. And on top of that, it would be the first of its kind in the nation. What a great distinction for California. AB 2088 would establish a 0.4% tax rate on all net worth above $30 million. And it's not just wealth in California. This tax actually applies to total wealth anywhere in the world if you're a California resident. They've also proposed that the tax would follow you for a certain period of time if you decided to leave California after it's implemented. Now, according to data, this would apply to about 30,400 people in California, which is slightly less than 0.1% of the California state population. Again, you guys, I realize that you might be thinking, why should I care? Look, I promise to tie this all together for you. But in the case of the wealth tax, it would likely be an administrative nightmare to actually figure this thing out, and it would end up costing the state a lot of money to administer. How do you figure out everyone's net worth? Would they have to submit a P&L? Would they have to tell you how much real estate they own and what the debt is on that real estate? Or would they have to submit documentation about stock options in private companies, for example? I think ultimately this thing would be extremely challenging to implement, but the fact that it has already been proposed is pretty scary if you're a California resident. Also, I can't figure out why California would want to do this. When California last raised income taxes in 2012, a lot of wealthy people fled the state, and rightfully so. Now, with the pandemic, a ton of business closures, it would really seem crazy to raise taxes again, right? Also, California's top 1% of income earners already pay most of the state's personal income tax revenue, a whopping 46% in 2016. The top 5% accounted for 2/3 of the state income tax that year. Why would you want to drive those people away? So here's where I'm going all of this, you guys, and this is where I tie it all in. So if you've stayed patient, if you've continued to watch the video, I want to thank you one more time. If you think that these two new taxes don't apply to you because you don't earn in those brackets, guess again. I've never quite understood the logic behind the argument to raise taxes on the rich and on corporations. I've heard this from tons of politicians throughout the years, so there's really nothing new to California's or Joe Biden's continual desire to raise taxes to solve every problem. Even if you don't think California's or Biden's tax plans will directly affect you, higher taxes will 100% affect you, no matter how much money you make. And the rationale behind these increases makes no logical sense. Here's why. A tax increase, you guys, is essentially the government saying, hey, look, we can do better with that money than you can. However, if someone has achieved success and wealth that is way greater than the norm, then that person has in fact proven that they can do better with the capital than the government can. Politicians have shown time and time again, over and over again, that they're terrible money managers. So why would we want to give them more money from the people who have actually proven that they're great money managers? It really makes no sense. That additional income tax or wealth tax in California, or maybe that $3 trillion tax increase that Biden wants to implement, means that that money will be taken from the private sector and invested with the government. I don't know about you, but I would rather invest my money with Warren Buffett than, say, Joe Biden or Gavin Newsom. For the California plan specifically, people do have a choice as to where they live. As I mentioned earlier, when California raised its state taxes in 2012, a lot of wealthy people left. If you tax wealthy people even more again, and a lot of them leave for lower tax states, that is counterproductive because these people already pay a large majority of the state's tax revenues. If they also employ people and they leave, those jobs go with them. We've already seen many examples of this. Take Tesla most recently. Now on to those big, bad corporations. I know this video is not about corporate income tax rates, but it's really worth mentioning. If a corporation has to pay more in taxes, where do you guys think that money comes from? Corporations employ people. If I own a company and I have to pay more to the government, I will either have to raise my prices on the goods or services that I sell if the market will support that, or I have to employ less people, or maybe employ different people, like say outsource those jobs to other states or other countries, or I can hire less people to cut costs. Either way, it hurts the state. This is why California's nonsensical tax increases and labor bills don't ever work. Companies just leave or they go hire employees somewhere else, ultimately costing California jobs. A corporation's goal, you guys, is to maximize profits. So as a company owner, I'm going to do that either way. I'm not just going to sit back and say, oh, okay, my taxes are higher, I'll just keep everything else the same and make less money. Instead, hey, here's an idea, California. Why not, for example, give corporations a huge tax cut under the condition that they hire local employees? That would inject more money into the local economy and create more jobs. I know it sounds great. Yes, let's raise taxes on the rich, but in practice, it's completely counterproductive. All right, you guys, so what do you think about these two new taxes? If you're in California and you're a high net worth earner, would these taxes, if passed, make you consider leaving the state? Even if you're not someone who would be directly affected by this immediately, what do you think? Do you agree and believe that a higher tax on the high net worth or corporations will ultimately end up affecting you? I sure do, and I'm curious to see what you think. Let me know in the comments below. One of my favorite things about the YouTube channel is responding directly to you right there, and I look forward to that discussion. Thanks so much for tuning in today, you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I know taxes are not the most entertaining or exciting topic, but this is some really important stuff that can have a dramatic impact on you if you live in California or you decide to come here, or if these things do get implemented and politicians in other places start thinking that this is a good idea. Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you enjoyed that video. If we're just meeting, my name is Danny Batsalkin, and if you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you and I want to thank you for tuning in. My passion and my mission is to help you in the areas of real estate, business, and finance, and really make sure that you make great decisions in those areas in your life. I've been a real estate broker for over 15 years here in Southern California. I run a team of all-star agents at Discover Properties, and we help people buy and sell real estate and get amazing results here in Southern California, as well as the entire country with our referral partners. For the last several years, I've also coached some of the top real estate agents and teams in the entire country. And when I coach real estate agents, my goal is to help you create a real estate business that's predictable, profitable, and fun. If I can help you with any of those things, click the appropriate link in the description below, and it'll be my pleasure to help you out. If you're not already a subscriber to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified of every video that we put out. And if you got value from this video, hit that like button so that YouTube shows it to more people. Check out these other videos that I think you'll really enjoy. Thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video.